What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about a couple things that I want to see in the Walking Dead franchise, in Season 10 of The Walking Dead and beyond, the movies, the spin-offs, all that stuff if possible. These are things that I would like to see happen. Let me know your thoughts, post your comments below. Obviously, spoiler warning for The Walking Dead show, Fear the Walking Dead, the movies, comics, all that stuff, spoiler warning. Well, we're coming up on Season 10 of The Walking Dead, and we're losing cast members left and right. Every season, we lose a cast member, and as of late, we've lost some pretty big cast members. We're down to the big three, Michonne, Daryl, and Carol, and hopefully Maggie will return this season, but that's not definite. Morgan's on Fear the Walking Dead, Dwight's on Fear the Walking Dead, Rick and Jadis and whoever are in the movies, and we'll see what happens, how it all connects. But is Fear the Walking Dead ever going to connect with The Walking Dead? I think that's the end game. I would assume so, right? The franchise is The Walking Dead, and the brand is The Walking Dead. You have spin-offs, Fear, the second spin-off, and the movies. But what is the end game for Fear? I think it's got to come back around, right? And I really hope that Morgan is reunited with Rick in the movies, because Rick Grimes is not coming back to the show, so it has to be in the movies if it's going to happen. But why would Morgan go back to Alexandria, and will he ever find out about Rick going away? That's the big question. Morgan and Rick are connected since the first episode of The Walking Dead, so it would be fitting if the final story for Rick Grimes is connected with Morgan, because Morgan was there from the beginning, so everything gets a return, and I personally would love for them to be reunited at some point in the Rick Grimes movies, maybe the third and final movie, and maybe Rick Grimes dies in the movies. It makes sense if that happens, if you know the comic storyline, the way the second to last comic ended with Rick and everything there too. I would like to see Morgan be connected there one last time. How about you? As for the Althea tapes, we're getting more and more and more of them. I really hope we see an Abraham Ford, Dr. Eugene Porter tape from Texas when Althea, if Althea, came across them. Because we see a tape right there, it says Abe/Doctor. Will we ever get to see the tape? I really, really hope so. As for the third show, the second spinoff, The Walking Dead Unnamed Show that's going to come out in spring 2020, I hope it's good. It really needs to be an awesome addition to the show, not just something that is there for filler. At times, Fear the Walking Dead feels like filler, and I really hope the second spinoff does not at all, and it connects to the main story some way, shape, or form. Or at least it's entertaining to watch. But let's talk about Michonne. Michonne is leaving the show this season. Danai Gurira's last season is season 10. I've said it before in several videos, and hopefully you know that. But Danai Gurira is not coming back to the show after this season. But that doesn't mean she's not going to be in the Walking Dead franchise and the brand going forward. She could be in the movies. And in the trailer, they highlighted the water. They highlighted the sea, the ocean, Oceanside. It was the start of the trailer. That's got to be done for a reason, right? Oceanside's great and all. They were a minimal part in season 9. They'll probably be a bigger part in season 10. And is Michonne on a boat right here with Virgil or someone else? But is she going to be on a boat to sail away to find Rick? Maybe she's on a train. Maybe she's on a plane. Maybe she's on a horse. Maybe she's on a boat. But I want to see this happen. And I like Rick and Michonne together. Some people say it's forced, and some people say this, and some people say that. A lot of people say a lot of things. But Rick and Michonne together is great in my opinion. In the comics, it was Andrea and Rick, and Andrea, in my opinion, was a pretty terrible character on the show, so I'm glad Rick is with Michonne. And it would be a huge missed opportunity if Michonne and Daryl aren't reunited with Rick at some point. Daryl and Rick are brothers. Brothers in arms. They work together, they love each other, they care about each other, and I'm sure Norman Reedus will be in the movies some way, shape, or form because he is the man of the Walking Dead franchise, so why not be reunited with Rick? And clearly, Rick meant a lot to Daryl and Michonne as they were the only ones looking for Rick. Time and time again, they were looking for him over the years. The only two people. So, we need to have those two people reunited with Rick at some point, whether it's the first, second, and or third, or all three of the movies. Judith Grimes should be the future of the Walking Dead show, so I don't know how she can be that if she's connected with the movies and the show and vice versa. Maybe she's connected with both at some point, but I hope we get old lady Judith, like we got old man Carl. Yes, he was only like 30 years old in the final comic issue. Why not have old lady Judith for the show, reading the story to RJ when it gets older, that would be pretty awesome. Or Judith has kids or something, right? That would be pretty cool. RJ, Judith, Michonne, you can go find Rick at some point, but I definitely want to see Michonne and Daryl meet up with Rick, and it needs to be awesome, epic, and very memorable. Of course, the Whisperers need to go. I need to see that in season 10. Maybe there's some carryover into season 11, but I'm okay with the Whisperers being gone in season 10, and the Whisperer War is the full season, half a season, 8 episodes, 6 episodes, whatever. But the Whisperers need to come and go in season 10 and be gone for good, that's for sure. Even though I do like Alpha and Beta and they are great villains, I don't want to carry that on any longer than necessary, and I feel like season 10, if not half of season 10, is good enough for me for the Whisperers to be gone. Daryl and Carol, you don't need to have a romance in my opinion. Daryl doesn't need to have a romance. If it is, have it with Connie. If Daryl and Carol were going to end up together, they would have happened already in my opinion. But maybe it's the very end of the series that Daryl and Carol kiss or do something that you see they're together. And that's how the story ends. And we really don't need this, but we're getting it one way or another. Is it going to be a romance? Is it actually happening? But I feel like Ezekiel dies. So either way, it could be short-lived in my opinion, but we'll have to wait and see if Ezekiel lives more than a couple episodes. As for Aaron, I would love him to be a badass fighter. Have the callback to Myrtle's knife hand. He didn't meet him, but he needs to change it out to a knife instead of the ball with the spiky ball thing on it, in my opinion. And it looks like we're getting a Negan redemption story even more. Will Negan go take out Alpha and Beta or something involved with the war? I think so. As for Negan and Father Gabriel and everyone going forward and fighting the Whisperers, it should be awesome. I really hope the Whisperer War is 10 times, 1,000 times better than All Out War. And I hope a big part of the war is a night battle scene at Alexandria like Season 6, Episode 9, No Way Out. I said it before and I'll say it again. Episode 906, to me, is the best episode of The Walking Dead, and Season 6 is the best season of The Walking Dead, in my opinion. But it's interesting when you see Eugene right here fighting the Walkers, and then you'll see him here in Season 10 fighting the Walkers and Whisperers most likely, and he's a little different. Well, probably a lot different because he's not a coward and a chicken anymore, and he's like, I could go all night. Taking this walker out. Boom, take that walker out. Take that walker out. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see the arc of a story coming forward, and we need to see that with some of the characters that remain. Hopefully, we're going to have a lot more characters stay alive that actually get killed off. But it's The Walking Dead, so we're going to lose some characters for sure. I doubt Eugene dies, but you never know. As for the war, I hope there are big battle scenes and episodes at Hilltop and Alexandria, and I guess Oceanside, because the kingdom is gone, so what communities do we have left? Hilltop and Alexandria. I really hope that Judith becomes the future of the show, because we thought Carl was. And a lot of people love to say like, yeah, Carl wasn't the best, and a lot of people like him after the fact he got killed off. And I could see what they're saying, but Judith can be and should be the focus of the future of the show if we get season 11, 12, and beyond. But the Walkers are coming, that's for sure, and they're going to be used with the Whisperers. And of course, the Whisperers need to use Walkers because that's their main weapon, blending in with the Walkers and getting close. But we need the Walkers to stay around, but also we need them to go away. Are we going to have the Walkers be a problem the entire story? Season 11, season 12, season whatever the story continues on. Are Walkers going to always be a problem? Because a lot of people bring up the point, which is a very good point, is that they would start breaking down and decomposing, and there's not that many people alive anymore, so there wouldn't be a constant replenishing of Walkers. Will the Walkers ever be totally gone? And I feel that's a valid question. As for Rick and Michonne, Team Michonne right here. I love Michonne. She's my favorite character, and it sucks that she's leaving the show. So in Season 9, we lost Rick. In Season 10, we're losing Michonne. How can the show continue on if we lost two major characters? We got Daryl and Carol, but how many other characters can we lose? And I'm not sure of the story that's going to happen in the Rick Grimes movies. But I would assume Rick is in some location that he can't leave. Potentially Philadelphia, potentially outside of the United States. But why can't Rick leave? And if Rick can't leave, how will Michonne, and or Daryl, and anybody else get the Rick? Will Rick lead a revolution against the community of the Commonwealth or whoever is holding Rick? I don't know, but I can't wait to find out. So these are just some things that need to happen, in my opinion, for the continuation of the story, as it would be great. Do you agree? Do you disagree? It's just a fun discussion topic of some theories that I would love to see happen on The Walking Dead show, in the movies, and beyond. So like I said before, let me know your thoughts, post your comments below, and please guys, hit that subscribe button and become a valued member of our PT channel Walking Dead family. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers, so if you can, tell your friends, tell your family. We need about 17,000 more to hit that goal. Here's my book series. I have 10 books available now on Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories. And as always, tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.